Just a quick side sortie here, CIS 102. I just wanted to talk about mobile OSs. I know that one of the most important, not just devices, but just the most important artifact, a thing in most of our daily lives is going to be our phones. I am staring into my phone right now. It is acting as my camera. I use it all the time for directions when I go to places where I am unfamiliar with. I actually use it all the time just as a safety measure. So I commute in between Rockford and Milwaukee every day to come teach classes here at Rock Valley College, or here from my cold dungeon office in Milwaukee. And at this time of year, when there are more and more deer crossing the road at night, I actually just do location sharing with my wife so that if I hit a deer and have to pull over, they don't have to wonder if I died. They can see the location where I died right there on the map. The most important thing when it comes to your mobile phone is how long it will be supported with security updates. I and the rest of us here at Rock Valley College in the CIS department are big proponents. So it means that we like being able to use, or to purchase rather, refurbished or used or secondhand electronics. It's the way we do most of this. So my iPhone that I am talking into right now is refurbished. So that means that somebody probably returned it, and Apple, cleaned it really quickly and then sold it to me at a $200 discount. $200 is nothing to sneeze at. I have used tablets. Used tablets. The site that you can see here behind me is Swappa. This is where I have purchased some of my Android tablets in the past from. Android tablets, just as a quick side note, their value really crashes if you really want a tablet that's an Android tablet. Honestly, the secondhand market is a fantastic place to get that because the price crashes almost immediately. And what I know happens when you guys have your cell phones, when you want to replace your cell phones, please consider not just walking into an AT&T store or a Verizon store and getting like a not so good one on a contract because that's what you can afford. Maybe consider coming to a site like this. This is Swappa. It is, again, very popular. It is vetted. It is a real company. And purchase a used, in this case, an Android phone is what the example was. Just a really quick note here, especially with the mobile OSs, these change once a year. A new version of Android comes out every September, October, November, every year. A new version of iOS comes out September, October, November, every year. And what ends up happening is a phone from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, those get what is referred to as deprecated, or they're made vintage if we use the iPhone nomenclature for that. And what that means is they're no longer supported. On Android, this can be a real problem because some phones never receive updates. Other phones only receive 1 or 2 security updates. If you are going to buy a used Android phone, please look it up online and make sure that it is still getting security updates. That is going to mean that when you're on the internet, on your phone, that the operating system is more secure. Those holes are patched, the security vulnerabilities are removed. That is in your best interest. It happens less frequently on iPhones. This is not me picking sides. It is just the way that this works. Like I said, I have Android phones. The security updates on Android phones are not great. If you own a Samsung phone from about 2018 or newer, some of those have 3 or 4 or 5 years of security updates. Please make sure that it is getting security updates. If you have a Google Pixel phone, these are actually made by hardware partners with Google themselves. If you have one that is made after 2021, you have 2 or 3 or 4 years of security updates, please make sure that is you. If you have a Huawei phone, if you have an Alcatel phone, if you have a Motorola phone, please just go out and make sure that those are receiving security updates. If you have an iPhone, I believe that here at the end of 2023, everything from the iPhone 8 and newer is still receiving yearly operating system updates, and everything iPhone 6S and newer, or 6 and 6S, I think is how those worked, and newer are getting security updates, but not necessarily operating system updates. So that might mean that if you are on a particularly old phone, whatever old means, iPhone 6, 7, 8, Android phones from 2021, 22, 23 even in some cases, please just go out and make sure that those are, number one, up to date, and number two, are still receiving security updates, because that will help you maintain your own personal data privacy.